Mike and Dave Need a Wedding Date is a comedy starring Adam Levine as Mike and Zac Efron as Dave. Also starring Aubrey Plaza and Anna Kendrick as Tatiana and Alice. Mike and Dave are two brothers, very close, and whenever they go to any family gathering with any sort of importance, they always tend to disrupt and ruin it. So when their little sister is getting married, the family have had enough of all of their hijinks, so basically they tell them that they need to bring dates to the wedding. So they put an advert onto Craigslist and interview all of the potential candidates for the wedding date. And that's where the girls come in, Tatiana and Alice. They pretend to be nice, good girls so that they get picked to go on this date. They just want to go on holiday. Well, these are crazier girls than Mike and Dave. All they want to do is get high and party and drink, and there's nothing wrong with that. So naturally, when they get to Hawaii, everything goes awry. This is purely and simply a comedy. Not necessarily a very inventive comedy. We've seen everything here before. This doesn't really bring anything new to the table, but it is very funny in places. There are other places, however, where it takes the jokes just a little bit too far. You get to the point where you think if they stop here, the joke's funny. But these will go one or maybe two or even sometimes three steps beyond that. And sometimes it works and it's funny, but other times it is just so cringe-worthy. And you just wish, why didn't you just stop back here? Sometimes the comedy really hits and it made me laugh out loud at parts. There are other times where I think it goes just a little bit too far. You know, you get here and you think, that's funny. But these guys go maybe 2 or 3 steps beyond that, and it just sometimes gets a little bit too cringe-worthy. That's not to say it isn't a funny movie. I was laughing at parts, but there were other times where I was literally just... Now, Zac Efron and Adam Levine work really well with each other. These guys, you can actually believe they're brothers. They really play well against each other. You go in there looking for something quite a highbrow comedy, you're not going to get that. If you go in there with a very open mind, expecting maybe a goofy comedy or just something crude and low level, then you're going to get a film that will make you laugh. This is funny, as I've mentioned already, in places, and in other places things don't just hit home, in my opinion. But on the whole, the movie does make you laugh. The characters in the movie are very sort of a caricature of what a person is. They don't come across as real. However, as the movie does progress, you do start to see layers developing. Certainly Anna Kendrick's character and Zac Efron's character, you do start to connect with them, and you do see there are depths. And these people, they're not necessarily bad people. As I've mentioned, certainly the two I mentioned previously, Anna Kendrick and Zac Efron, these are essentially good guys. They want to better themselves. And there are parts where you think early on that Aubrey Plaza's character, Tatiana, is trying to help her friend out of a slump after a recent breakup. But you do start to see that she's actually keeping her down and she's not really helping her friend at all. She's being quite selfish. But towards the end of the movie, the characters do start to grow. But on the whole, evaluating everything, Mike and Dave Need a Wedding Date is an okay movie. It certainly is funny in places. I wouldn't say it's one of the better movies of last year. I'm going to give Mike and Dave 2 out of 5. It is funny in places, and it will make you laugh. But just don't go in there with really high expectations. Thanks for watching, guys. If you've seen the movie, let me know down below what you thought of it. And I will see you again really soon for another review. See you later. Thanks for watching.